Hey everyone, welcome into another edition of The Arena, a Multiplatform Gaming News Podcast Extra Take, our supplemental series about game reviews and, new games that are coming out and giving gameplay breakdowns. And in this episode, we're giving our gameplay breakdown of Sonic Frontiers. So Burley, Sonic Frontiers. This is from your gameplay footage. So we're going to get right into it. And what do you have to say about Sonic Frontiers and how does it run? How does it play? So let's go ahead and jump right into it. So tell us about it, man.
Sonic Frontiers. So Sonic open world. easiest way to describe it. This is a much different take for Sonic the Hedgehog. So First thing here, I'm just going into the little settings here because you actually have a difficulty select. I played the whole game on hard mode. I beat the whole game on hard mode. And just a little let you know, there is a special boss and an extra ending.
Nice.
For playing it on hard mode, the whole game on hard.
Nice.
But if you're playing this on the PS5, you're going to see me in a second here go to graphics. Immediately go to here because they put it to 4K 30.
Okay.
And trust me, this is one of those games where you really feel it. So put it to 60 FPS. And this is me just showing the map. I'm also looking around for stuff.
Now, does a lot of that map open up later?
Well, this is just one island. This game, you have multiple islands you travel to.
Right.
So me just trying to show, hey, there's the homing attack. The kick doesn't work because this enemy has a shield. So you have this new move called where you'll be drawing circles around enemies so you can do combos and all this stuff. Combat is actually not bad in this game, I must say. Actually, probably the best thing in this game is, I don't show it because it's kind of hard to show, because I'd have to go back to old footage and replay parts of the game, is the boss fights. The boss fights, you go as Super Sonic, and instead of, you die in so many hits, it's all about your rings and how many rings you have, and how long you stay in the form. But the fights are a lot of fun.
Okay.
And they're quite different instead of the standard bonk on a boss 8 times.
Okay.
So
now is this like a portal?
Yeah. These are portals, and these are your traditional style Sonic levels that you're used to. Now, these are something I'm not exactly a fan of in this. These are kind of weak because all these are for you. They're short little levels here.
Okay, and like a time trial. Yeah.
Yeah, just get to the end, but you have your little missions there. Get an S rank, get all the red rings in the stage, beat it with so many rings and all that. All it is to help you unlock further in the story.
Okay.
But I'll show you something later you can do instead.
Yeah.
But these levels here, they just rehash a lot of classic Sonic stages. So in this Green Hill Zone, which you've played to death if you've played a lot of Sonic games.
Yeah.
And Chemical Plant and Sky Sanctuary Zone are two of some of the others.
Yeah. Now, do you have the ability to retry these time trials, like if you fail or if you die? Yeah.
Oh yeah. You can retry. Okay. You can keep coming back to them.
Nice.
So, but the nice thing is these aren't mandatory. This is one thing I will give the game, that you don't have to find all the levels and beat them if you want to continue the story.
Okay.
Because the whole thing on this stuff is collecting stuff. But it's not like Donkey Kong 64 where you got to collect everything, so that way you can at least get to the final boss.
Okay.
No, this you only have to get a few amount of things, and do some stuff on the overworld.
Oh, nice! Got an A for that.
Yeah, I did not. I've gotten the S before. I was not my fastest time, but this was just hey. Right. I'm recording this quick.
Right. So execute consecutive combos.
Yeah. So when you're when you're in these menus, when you're waiting for the portals to load up, it gives you a little training so you can test out the combat abilities.
Okay.
Now, as we were talking about something on the morning show about pop-in, this game
Mm-hmm.
has bad pop-in because you are running around all the time,
Mm-hmm.
and it just stuff will pop in.
Mm.
It can't be helped.
Mm-hmm.
And then just here, this is
Wow.
something the game doesn't tell you. You can press triangle and get the islands select.
Yeah. Kronos
So-
Island here. Yeah.
Yeah,
How many islands are there in this game?
there are 5 islands.
5. Okay.
So yeah, me just warping.
Okay.
The loading on the PS5, not bad.
Not bad. Okay.
Yeah, and then for what I'm trying to do right here is I'm looking for the fishing, because the fishing minigame has something really important here.
Mm-hmm.
So
with the haptic triggers, for example, on the DualSense controller, what kind of functionality they don't use in this game? Okay. So
yeah, I was gonna say that is something. It's a missed opportunity. Do not use the DualSense, but I'm not as surprised because this is a random third party, and it's not PlayStation.
Right.
So I put a marker there and a marker there for the fishing, because the reason is when we do this do the fishing minigame, is if you don't want to do the stuff on the overworld to grind to get the vault keys for the Chaos Emeralds or the other stuff, the memory tokens and all that. You don't have to. You can play this quick little fishing minigame and just get what you need, which is something I really, really like. And these little chest icons, at first they start on the first island just as like, hey, it'll dig up an item or rings. In this case, on the later islands, it can do that or give you like a spring or something to help you traverse. And that little thing I broke open, that was a little seed, and that ups my attack, because as you see in the left-hand corner, you have your stats. I'll be doing some after I play the little fishing mini game here that we're coming up to. I will be doing that because you do have stats, and the attack and defense stat are something you really want to, especially if you're playing on hard mode. You really want to up those because that affects the amount of damage you can do, as well as the defense. It will affect the amount of rings you lose in hits. Because traditionally in Sonic games, you get hit, all your rings spread out. You're panicking to collect as many of them back as you can. In this, if your defense stat is high enough, you can hold more of your rings.
Okay.
So we got good old Big the Cat returns, and you could just see the loading in there on the lake. Yeah, it is not very good on that. Like visually, this game could be really, really good, but it also could be really, really poor at times. So you just hit X when it comes in the thing. But yeah, the fishing, I did this for a little bit because I was trying to show you can actually get fish in this, but there are times you're getting out little tombs, little scrolls.
The ancient tablets there. Yeah.
It's kind of funny what you can pull out in the fish out.
Yeah. Cool. So how long did it take you to clear this game, Burley?
It was over 20 hours.
Over 20 hours. Okay.
Yeah, this is a long game.
I see.
And the reasons are, and we'll get into it while we're watching this, is there is a lot of padding between. You don't just go mission to mission because they want you to find and do stuff on the overworld and collect stuff.
Yeah.
It's like at times that can get a little tedious. And it's like I didn't really start using the fishing mini game as much as I should have at first. But I'm telling you, look up where the fishing spots are on the islands. For the islands, because one island you don't have to do any of the collecting thing. It's just do the 6 little missions on the island and you're done.
I see.
But in this case, on like the island I'm on, this one you had to grind stuff. It's like do the fishing mini game.
You just picked up Nemo there.
Yeah, I caught Nemo. There you go. Nemo, I found Nemo. But here you can trade in, so you can get all the collectibles you need. And so the little Cocos, I'll explain about them in a little bit, and then just me. Yeah, I do apologize for anyone's ears if you're listening to that, because that sound is annoying when you're buying multiple. Because you can't just like do a D-pad thing and be like, how many do you want to buy? No, you got to keep mashing X on what. So it's like,
Yeah.
And then just loading me out.
Okay.
And then
Interesting.
you don't have like fast traveling in this game.
Oh, really?
It's so
Okay.
weird. You fast travel to these hermits, but only on the maps that you found, like on the ones that have the fishing minigame. Only if you've gotten the scrolls for fast travel, and how you get them through fishing. And so I gave him the attack seeds I got, and he upped my attack stat. So this is me going to the other type of elder, because you have an elder and a hermit. Now this guy will do is you trade in these little cocos you find.
Yeah.
And it'll affect your other two stats, the amount of rings you can carry and your speed. So your speed is not max in this game. You have to level up Sonic speed.
I was gonna say those little things there. They remind me of those little creatures in Cana Bridge of Spirits.
Yeah, the rot. Yeah,
the rot.
They definitely do.
Yeah.
I totally agree. Yeah, so you have to trade them in, and as much as it is nice to level up your speed, level up your ring level, because since that's what goes off the main boss fights, I highly recommend doing that. And then this is just me roaming around the world, because I'm trying to show there are little mini games and how you unlock more of the map to show you.
Okay.
It takes me like around a minute here, I think, to find something, because I've beaten the game, so I cleared quite a few things on these maps.
Nice.
But I can definitely say this game is much, while we're just waiting, this game is much better than Gotham Knights. This game didn't feel like it. Yeah, this game, even though it's got a lot of like padding to draw out so you have a long story, it's a much more satisfying game, and this game does get addicting doing some of these little things here.
Cool.
So you have different challenges. So here I've got to get all these little things, run into them by the time, but you also have to get into them in order. So you're going to see I'm going to screw up in an attempt here very, very shortly, because I'm like, oh, I find the big ones the last one's up there. So I'm like, oh, I think I'll just go get that. No, there was like 10 other over on the other side. I didn't realize at first.
I see. Now, in this game, Burley, is there like a major boss, like a major boss battle that you have to get through?
Oh yeah, for you to transition to every island, there's a major boss.
Okay.
Yeah, because on every island you're collecting the Chaos Emeralds again and again.
Okay.
So that way you can turn Supersonic to fight the boss and get it. And I must say, those major boss fights, very unique. And because I got them out of order there, I failed. I think I get it in the next attempt here, but the boss fight, the major boss fights at the end of the end of each island, really great boss fights. They come up, and they're not just. They start off. The last Chaos Emerald is on them, so it starts off like Shadow of Colossus. So you got to climb up them because they're giant, big robots. So it's really interesting. You're playing this puzzle, climbing, getting up there, and then once you do it, the music really kicks in with like this heavy rock, metal soundtrack and pop, and just you're going through, going super, and you get to play this battle with all these cool different moves and combos you're doing. It's really cool. So as you saw there, some of the bricks went away, but it's really random.
Okay.
Like it's showed some on that island go away, and that's a seed of defense I just got. Yeah. So you do get that, as well as opening the map. You'll get like these little seeds of defense and all that.
Cool. All right.
I can recommend, if you're a Sonic fan, I can recommend this, but I don't think I can easily recommend this at full price. I would wait. I would wait for a price drop. This isn't the greatest open world. The open world's not bad, but I miss stuff like fast travel. Yeah. Because only having the elders is really not the greatest. But getting your speed up, they do, at least in the settings early on, as it showed, you have your speed settings, so you can tweak those to make those better for you, to make yourself faster, your top speed and all that, your boost.
Yeah. Cool. All right. So that's been our gameplay breakdown of Sonic Frontiers here on the Arena Extra Take. So, of course, this episode will go up to our Patreon for patrons in early access, of course, and it will be ad-free for you on Patreon. And then, of course, it goes to our YouTube channel of the Arena Productions when it goes public. So we hope to catch you in the next episode of the Arena, a Multiplatform Gaming News Podcast. Extra Take, of course, our supplement to the Arena Multiplatform Gaming News Podcast. So, I've been your host, Expat, along with my co-host, Burley of Burleman Gaming. And thank you so much, Burley, for providing the gameplay footage, of course, for Sonic Frontier.
My pleasure, too.
Yep. So, thank you so much, and we hope to catch you in the next one. So, take care, everyone. Take care, all you patrons. Take care, everybody. Peace out.